Stan Gibilisco here from the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of antiquated technology. I would like to introduce you to something that maybe some of you have not seen before. It's called a CD-R, is what it says on here. CD-R. Compact Disc Rewritable. You can also set it up so that it will be read-only memory. The way that it encodes the data is to make tiny little pits, to actually melt them in there somehow, which indicate which reflect light. A laser beam reflects off of this and changes the color of the video screen too. And in order to read it, it's read by an optical drive. Most of you probably are familiar with this. Most computers, large desktops and a lot of notebooks still have them. A lot of smaller notebook computers, though, nowadays do not have drives for these types of devices. What I use them for is for data backup and archiving. They're about 700 megabytes per disk, and some of the ones designed for larger files, video disks, can hold, I believe, up to 4 gigabytes or so. Not a lot by today's standards by any stretch. I have some external hard drives that can hold in excess of 1 terabyte of data. But there's something unique about the data on this thing. Something that makes it different from all of the magnetic or electromagnetic data, memory, and backup devices out there. And that is the fact that these devices are entirely immune to the effects of electromagnetic fields. No matter how powerful an electromagnetic field you subject this thing to, no matter how powerful a magnet you hold up to it, you can't erase or corrupt the data, because it has nothing to do with magnetic fields. An ideal way to archive data and protect it from the so-called electromagnetic pulse threat, which I am beginning to equate to the old Y2K scare. Remember that? Back, if you remember, everybody said the world was going to come to an end because when the year 2000 hit, because computers would forget all about all their data, they'd lose it all. And some of my computers did some pretty weird things, but the data was still there. I mean, it thought that Jesus Christ had been born that year or something like that, but the computer thought some weird things, but it didn't forget the data. This thing won't even think weird things. You can subject it to the most powerful imaginable electromagnet and won't phase the data one bit. The most powerful coronal mass ejection from the sun will affect the data on this thing no more than it would affect the handwriting on a piece of paper. So let's not forget the old compact disc, these plastic things. They're still out there. You can still buy them at Walmart. I highly recommend that remember the 3-2-1 data backup scheme, 3 different backups on 2 different types of media with one of them off-site. Well, I'd recommend three different types of media: the thumb drive, the external hard drive, and the plastic disc. Stan Gibilisco signing off for now. Yes, this data will eventually somehow be preserved for eternity. Well, in my head. Until next time, so long.